Six. What's up? Weekly Metal Reviews here. Tyler and Sam. We're going to talk about our top 10 metalcore bands, our personal favorite. We made this video before, except we didn't put it up because it was so fucking long. So we're redoing this. We just want to say that there's a few bands that you can argue might be metalcore that we decided aren't metalcore. So don't complain if somebody's off the list, or someone that's on the list that you think isn't metalcore. And also, this is just opinion. This is our list. If your list differs from ours, that is completely cool. That's awesome. If you want to tell us that yours differs, please don't be an asshole about it. You can say it in such a nice way. So just want to throw it out there. But let's start with number 10. You can go.
My number 10 band is For Today. I mean, I see how a lot of people wouldn't like this band because of their beliefs and such, but looking at it from like a musical standpoint, I think this band is really, you know, they have talent. Like, I really like them. They're very catchy. They, I think they have this aspect of heaviness, like, you know, that like metalcore heaviness that just sounds so perfect, like, song Fearless. Like, that song has so many aspects that I like, you know, like the nice chuggy part. They have this lead that's really just awesome in the middle. The lyrics for that song are top notch. Like, it's just like the way the vocals go with not the lyrics. I mean the way the vocals go with the like music. You know, it's just like it's a band that really impresses me. You know, I like a lot of things about them.
Number 10, I had the Devil Wears Prada. What should I say? I feel that this is a good band. They have some solid albums, and I just feel that they should not be lumped in with bands such as Of Mice and Men, Miss May I, kind of those Warped Tour type bands that, you know, aren't really the greatest. Of course, that's just opinion, but the Devil Wears Prada has much more talent than those bands. They're much better songwriters, and they're just very solid. I feel that their past 3 albums, ever since Plagues and on, have just been really solid. I don't think it's the greatest thing ever, but it's definitely very solid. It's very enjoyable, and this band's certainly different than some other bands, and they just have a lot to them. I enjoy Devil Wears Prada. The Zombie EP might be my favorite thing from them. That is a very, very strong EP when it comes to metalcore. Number 9, I have Chimera. You might argue that Chimera shouldn't be on this list, but I feel that Chimera is metalcore, and I love Chimera. The albums like Resurrection and Possibility of Reason are just classics. I haven't listened to Chimera as much as I used to recently, but they're definitely a very solid band. They're a very great band live as well. I've seen them a few times, and they really put on a great show all the time. I wish this band kind of didn't fall apart. I know they like got new members and they put out their Age of Hell album, which was fantastic. But then those members left and they haven't been touring as much. But I really want this band to just get a solid lineup and continue. I mean, albums such as Infection and the song The Venom Inside, probably my favorite Chimera song. It's just amazing how they can just be so slow, so just grinding and in your face, and sometimes they can be very fast and just kicking your ass the whole time. I mean, I enjoy Chimera. They're a very strong band.
My number 9 is the band Under Earth. I've never been like, they've never been my favorite band, but recently I've been getting into them a lot, and I think Spencer is one incredible vocalist. I like a lot of his lyrics and stuff. You know, that's one of the good part about some bands. You know, the lyrics, sometimes they're inspirational and whatnot, but I think he's a good lyricist. Instrumentally, they're very catchy to me. Like, it's one of those bands that, like, you know, there's songs that stuck in your head like day after day after day, and you're like, oh, I just want to stop thinking about this song, but you can't. You know, it's not like, you know, like a song you hear on the radio that you really don't like, but it's like, you know, it's a good song that really sticks in your head. There's always that, like, one part, like a riff, or, you know, one, like, breakdown that sticks in your head. You know, this is one of those bands to me that, like, you know, they're very memorable. and they've also done a lot for metalcore. My number 8 band is Trivium. I guess you could say they're like thrash metalcore or something like that. I don't know the
Black
genre. Yeah, apparently they're black metal or something.
Says everybody's.
Yeah.
Hints of black metal. Not full on black metal, just.
I like this band. They're number 8 on my list because they're very talented. Corey and Matt are two incredible guitarists. Especially Matt, to do vocals and guitar. I mean, it's cool. But like some of the riffs that they think of, and you know, some of just the song structures. They're very good songwriters, and they have like, what's the song? Down from the Sky. That song. It's like, I don't know. It gets stuck in your head all the time, and you know the chorus is just incredible, and it's so, just like, it gives you such a good feeling, and you know, they're one of those like really good like kick-ass bands that you want to circle pit to, but then at the same time you're like, they're really like, there's a lot more to them. I mean, they're such a good band, and I think they're very respected and should be.
Number 8, I had In This Moment. They might have been higher on my list if they didn't put out the atrocity known as Blood. But their first album and their third album, Beautiful Tragedy and Star-Crossed Wasteland, could just completely make this band to me. Those two albums is how I want In This Moment to be. That's their identity to me. Not being this very repetitive, not that original rock band that they're trying to be now. And it's very sad that Blood's making them popular. But anyway, that's just me ranting. Mariah Brink has a beautiful voice. And I feel that because of her on vocals, it makes In This Moment very different and unique. I don't like how they're becoming more focused around here. But with albums such as their first 3 albums, when they completely worked as a whole band, they wrote just amazing songs such as Just Drive, Daddy's Fallen Angel, I think, and The Beautiful Tragedy, and The Gun Show. I mean, those are some very hard-hitting songs, and she has such a powerful vocal, and just, they can be so beautiful sometimes, and that's why I like In This Moment. They're a good band. Number 7, I also would have had higher on my list if their last album wasn't such a piece of shit, and that's All That Remains. The Fall of Ideals is probably one of my favorite metalcore albums. I'd probably put that up in like the top 3 of my favorite metalcore albums of all time, and that album is just flawless in pretty much every way. From Philip Ante's vocals to Ollie Herbert's killer solos on that album, to their amazing riffs and drumming, is just awesome. I really liked Overcome as well. I mean, I love how strong this band used to be. They used to be so powerful, and they just hit you in the face the entire time, and just really just packed a punch. And now they're laid back. They're not as who they really used to be. And I mean, for We Are Many, it was kind of like half and half. They tried to be like this mainstream rock band, but then they still had like that old All That Remains side to them, and I love the old All That Remains. I mean, even this Darkened Heart was just a heavy-hitting album, and I mean, Philip Ante has an excellent vocal. He's a great vocalist to me on their past material, and he has a very interesting scream. But it's All That Remains. But All That Remains is a great band if you're talking about their older stuff, which is why I have them on my list. Good.
Number 7?
Yeah.
Number 7, I have the band Evergreen Terrace. I guess they could be like metalcore. Some people, I've heard people call them hardcore and stuff, but to me, at least, they're one of those really feel-good bands. Like, you listen to them, like, they instantly make me happy, I guess, or put me in, like, a good mood, sort of, you know? It's just something about them, like, they're, like all the other bands I've said, they have this, some element of catchiness, and at the same time, like retaining skill and like combining those two elements. It's just something it's hard for bands to do that. I mean, you have catchiness but no talent. You have talent but no catchiness. I mean, it takes something special to combine those two, and I think I like every single album by this band. I don't think I could choose a favorite one, but I don't. They're just on my list because, I mean, that's all I can really say. They put me in a good mood. They make me happy when I listen to them, and that's like the best part about them, in my opinion. Number 6, I have Unearthed. Like I just talking about skill and catchiness. This band is like full of catchiness and skill and catchiness. However you want to arrange the words. Definitely skill. Buzz and the other guitarist, who I always forget his name. They're like, especially on the album, The March, so many of their riffs are like, they're mind blowing, and they're like, wow, this is like perfect, near perfect metalcore. It's like the riffs that they use are so, you know, upbeat and like energetic, and you know, it's so awesome. And some of their solos are just like, and the leads and solos, whatever they do, it's like, you know, that's like sexy metal. Like, you know, it's just I'm trying to put it into words, but it's just instrumentally they're so energetic and, you know, high energy, and they're so, you know, just bam, they hit you, and it's so cool. And Trevor, the vocalist, has a lot of good vocal hooks that will stick in your head, and I just love his voice, like his scream, shout, yell, whatever he does, whatever you want to call it. His vocal ability. I think it's really good, and I don't know, they're number 6 just because they're like just one of those kick-ass bands that also puts me in a good mood. That's what metalcore. That's one of the best elements of metalcore. It puts you in a good mood and has like a lot of melody and stuff.
I am excited to see that. Honor, man. Number 6, I had This Earth Apocalypse. This Earth Apocalypse makes, along with All Experience Red, makes me feel proud to be from Lancaster, because they are 2 fantastic metalcore bands. And This Earth Apocalypse, I like them because they're different. They're not just all about breakdowns. Yes, they have their amount of breakdowns, but they have riffs. They have very nice melodies, and they put so much emotion into their songwriting. You can definitely see that on their past 2 albums, Haunts What's Left and Dead Years. Those are 2 just great albums, and I love, what's his name, Ricky, I think his name is, the vocalist.
Ricky Ticky?
Yeah. I love his voice. It is so unique, and he can spit so many words out so fast. He can just put this amazing just angst into his vocals, and the drummer is awesome. I know they've changed drummers recently, but the drumming in this band is just phenomenal. And this is just a very heavy-hitting band. I want people to know them more. So check out This Is Apocalypse if you've never listened to them. Number 5, I had Unearthed. I'm not going to go on about them too much because I agree with everything that Sam just said about Unearthed. But Unearthed is just a killer band. And the thing that grabs me about Unearthed is their melodies. When Grave of Opportunity starts and that melody and harmonized lead comes in, you're just like, damn. I mean, it gives you a feeling like no other. Like, that is just so awesome. Or, you know, Eyes of Black. And I mean, this band just gets better and better as they go on. And each album that they put out is fantastic to me. And I love Unearthed. So, and I agree a lot with what Sam said. So I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time just rambling on with what he already said. So, good.
Number 5?
Yeah.
Number 5 I have the band As I Lay Dying. I'm not going to talk about why they're popular. I mean, everyone should know this band, but why they're number 5 on my list? Because I'll just pick a song, The Sound of Truth, one of the popular songs. That song is just amazing from start to finish. You know, like the killer solo. You know, the metalcore riffs, the intensity that they bring, the circle pit feeling that you always get from this band. Like, song after song, circle pit, circle pit, circle pit. Even their breakdowns are just, sometimes cool. And when Tim does this really low scream sometimes, like not low, like this low, like kind of growl, it's like really deeper than you usually get. It's really, really cool. I think he's a great vocalist, even though he's like a muscular robot. What was I gonna say? So even their newest album, Awaken, what song, My Only Home, that, like, the chorus for that song, that's another thing that they do. The chorus, Josh's, his ability to make a chorus, from nothing into something, it's just, just the songwriting too. I mean, Nick is a great guitarist. Phil is the other guitarist.
I think so, yeah.
They're just, incredible guitarists, and they, yeah, you could say, like, they are like one of those recycling metalcore bands, but I mean, I think there's something a little more than that. They're very talented, very high energy, and very BA.
Number 4, I had August Burns Red. I love August Burns Red, especially their past 2 albums, Leveler and Constellations. They're just absolutely amazing in every single way. How this band just writes these killer riffs. Take the riff and whitewashed after like the breakdown in the intro and stuff. That riff is just insane. They use every fret this band uses. I mean, they're different. Not every song is just breakdown. When it had breakdowns, they're very crushing and very technical. And Jake's vocals are just phenomenal. One of the greatest vocalists in metalcore. And same with Matt's drumming. Like, it's just, his drumming just adds this extra oomph to the songs all the time. It just makes it so much better. If I was to make a list of my top 5 metalcore drummers, he would be number 1, without a doubt. He can do everything to me. And just watching him play, when I've seen him live a couple times, or watching YouTube videos, it's mesmerizing to watch this guy. And getting back to Jake's vocal, how he can get so low and so high, and then just put so much emotion into him. I mean, this band is just very pleasing to listen to, and I love everything about this band. Number 3, I had Trivium. Sam kind of said a lot of what I want to say, but I love Trivium. I love how every album is different. I mean, you can argue that they belong in some other genres, but I love everything that this band has done. Matt Heafy has one of the greatest screams in metalcore to me. It's just so powerful, so like in your face, and this band is overall, I would probably say, the most talented band when it comes to metalcore. I mean, Corey and Matt just shred it up, and they write some amazing riffs, some amazing solos, and they've always, between I forget their drummers' names. The past one and the one they have now, amazing drumming that this band has. I love everything about Trivium, and they're a band that doesn't get old to me, so yeah.
My number 4 is Killswitch Engage. They're already popular, and people should already know everything, a lot about them. But I could go 4-3, then you go 2-1, and I go 2-1.
My bad.
The Killswitch Engage, it's just because Howard Jones has to be one of the best vocals. Like, the soul that he puts into his singing, not screaming, but his singing, it's just very powerful, very emotional. He puts a lot of emotion, writes some very good lyrics. Adam Dukowitz is just an incredible guitarist. He may not be crazy wild and everything, but like the riffs that he writes, the riffs that he comes up with, they fit, they make sense. They're very catchy. They're very, smart. They're very genius, I guess. They're very, just, you think like, oh, that's just something basic, but have you ever heard it before? Not really. I mean, how has he come up with something that, like, in the sense basic, that, some people have never really heard before? Like, he makes each Killswitch Engage song, when he still brings originality to this band, even though they've been around for such a long time, and there's so many bands nowadays, he somehow still retains originality. My number 3, also Justin Foley is a great drummer. My number 3 band, we probably won't be making a top mathcore bands video or whatever, and this band is considered metalcore, I guess. I consider them low metalcore, but I wrestled with Bear once. This band, in one word, I would describe them with like anus, but 2 words, anus explosion. It's because Steven and John are the craziest, weirdest, freakiest guitarists ever. How they come up with, I can't even say riffs. I could just say like, you know, I don't know, silly string. Like how they come up with that is just beyond me. Like how do they, you know, people will make fun of this band. Oh, stupid names, stupid song names, stupid this, stupid that. They look stupid. Their fans are stupid. This is stupid. That's stupid. They don't take things seriously. That's stupid. They're stupid. But they're very talented. I would like to see anyone even try to play something that Steven comes up with. You know, how does he do that in his head? Drumming is very great too. The bassist is funny. It's vocalist Krista, even though she's not with the band anymore. I loved her low screams, which would get really low and kind of like cup the mic a little bit, and it's like that very growl. It's like, oh, there's nothing like that. It's like sex on a giant pancake. That's the band. I mean, they're insane. I love them, and I don't think that they've put out a song that I've been like, oh no, I don't like that. Everything is just like, wow, how did they do that? It's like, you know, giant butthole exploration. Number 2?
Number 2? Because I fucked up. As Lay Dying is number 2 for me. What to say about this band? This band is just perfect to me. I just love the progression that they have. Every album, from their first album all the way up to Awaken, is just awesome. They have so many just classic songs, and when I try to pick an As Lay Dying song to listen to, I'm like, fuck, I don't know what to choose. I won't listen to them all because they're so great. The melodies this band has are just killer. I mean, they have none like it. There's not a band out there that thinks of some of these riffs that they come up with. They have some of those classic metalcore riffs, classic just everything. Drumming's top notch. Tam Lambesis is amazing with his vocals, and to me, the thing that I love about his vocals is that they get better with every single album. Awaken is his best vocal performance yet to me, and he just is so brutal, but he's so just amazing at the same time. I love his vocals in every single way. I love this band in every single way. The Powerless Rise is probably my favorite album from them, one of my favorite metalcore albums ever. It's just a killer band in every single way. They have so many great songs, so many great everything. So I love As Lay Dying.
Number 2. August Burns Red. August Burns Red, because they're perfect. I can't find a single thing I don't like about this band. You could say, oh yeah, they use that same breakdown like, you know, 10 times an album. I don't care. It's still great. Like Tyler said, with Matt, the drummer, like, every time, you know, like, during the breakdown, like, it's just that snap of the snare that Matt does. It just adds that, like, power to the breakdown. Their riffs, JB and Brent are probably, like, some of the best guitarists, 2 of the best guitarists I've ever, like, known that existed. Just the consonants they put in their songs, it just sounds so great, like the happy melodies that they use, and like when they harmonize sometimes with these, you know, crazy things, like Boys of Fall, like, you know, that first solo that you hear right before the breakdown, it's like one of the happiest solos, and it just sounds so positive and great. Dustin, the bassist, has incredible fry screams. I think he's a very underrated vocalist. I think he's better than Austin Carlisle. But that's just me. I mean, I think he's insane, like in I can't Carpe Diem, whatever it is. But even that song itself, it shows how diverse they are. They play something slow, mid-tempo like that, slow tempo, and then they play Leveler, the song, like, it's fast, upbeat. The song Meddler is probably one of the best songs that has ever existed. Jake, his lyrics are probably, maybe even some of the best lyrics I've ever heard. Like, he is definitely one of my favorite lyricists, one of my favorite vocalists. He can get low, he can get high, he can get all over the place. His range is incredible. And he's definitely one of the best vocalists, like Tyler said. But that is my own too.
And one thing about August Springs Band too is there's moments in like Empire or Indonesia, like that part in Empire is like, whoa, no,
yeah.
like that's just amazing.
Like
no band does that.
The way they do like the clean.
Yeah, like no band does that as well as August Springs Band. Anyway, number one, here it is. Killswitch Engage for me is my number one favorite metalcore band ever. This band is absolutely fucking flawless. Every album they put out is fucking flawless. I mean, this band is just incredible. And I feel that this band is so gifted to have two amazing vocalists, Jesse Leach and Howard Jones. Don't ask me to pick a favorite vocalist for Killswitch Engage because I can't do it. Yeah, Howard has more material than Jesse, but just so amazing. And don't ask me to pick a favorite Killswitch Engage song because I can't do it. Don't ask me to pick a favorite album because I can't do it. This band's just too good. Adam D writes, like Sam said, he just writes stuff that just fits. It's so perfect, that is so original. Just the lyrics, the vocals, the way, I mean, this band is so catchy. This band is out of this world catchy. Songs that'll just get stuck in your head all the time. Live, this band is one of the greatest bands I might have ever seen live. How they just get everybody into it. And where you can't even hear the band because the crowd is so loud because they're so into it. And I am so excited for the future of Killswitch Engage now that they're putting a new album out in April with Jesse Leach. I'm so excited to hear it. I mean, I don't know if excited really comes close to describing my feeling for it, but I'm fucking excited for it, man. But Killswitch Engage is just phenomenal in every single way. Drumming, bass playing, and guitar playing, vocals, every department they get a 10 out of 10. This band just gets a 10 out of 10. Who gets a 10 out of 10 for you? Who's your number one?
Devil Wears Prada.
Say that again.
The Devil Wears Prada. Why? Because Chris Ruby, first of all, is the best songwriter in my opinion. The best songwriter I've ever heard. That's my opinion. He is incredible. Everything he writes is like, he's like King Midas. Everything he touches turns to gold. Whether it's, he pretty much writes everything though. I mean, a majority of the stuff, a good majority. Daniel Williams, one of the greatest drummers. I mean, he may not be like Shannon from Black Diamond, where he's like blasting constantly, but I mean the fills that he uses, the blasting that he does, like in Born to Lose, and the way the guitars are chugging. Then instrumentally, I don't think there's a single thing wrong with this band ever. I've never heard a song from this band that I haven't loved, and that's like 100%. I'm being for reals with you guys, like 100% for reals. It sucks that they don't have James anymore, but the keyboards definitely add another element to this band. It's amazing. Jeremy is also great too. I figured I'd talk about him, and Andy, who's the amazing bassist. But Andy Trick. And last but not least, definitely not least at all, last but most, is Mike Haranica, the vocalist. Best lyricist I've ever heard, one of the best vocalists. He's developed his scream into something incredible. He's developed his voice into just you know, he does this like post-punk, post-hardcore like scratchy thing that he does, and he still has this like low that's like so, and it's like really good cake. His high scream is just something incredible. It's his own. He makes it his own, and that's one thing this band has done. They made themselves into the Devil Wears Prada. They moved away from like, you know, being one of those first metalcore bands, you know, that could have just stayed there and been boring the rest of their lives. They moved into something just incredible. They were incredible when they started. They're incredible now. They're putting another album out. I'm excited for it, and I hate when people, like, well, I wouldn't say hate, but I really strongly dislike when people like try to put this band in with like Bring Me the Horizon or you know, just what am I thinking of here? Like, you know, there's like scene bands, I guess. I mean, just because of their fans or whatever. I mean, like the Devil Wears Prada. People think that's a stupid name. It's from a book, not the movie. It's from a book, and like Tyler said, of Mice and Men and all these like generic, mostly generic warped core bands. I just don't like when people mix them in together. It's like they're like a strong, nicely dressed, intelligent man, and you know a lot of these other bands are still like just teenagers with, you know, black hair, and you know, like this band has evolved entirely, and they've definitely moved away from what they used to be considered back when Jeremy had really weird hair.
This video is still probably fucking long, but thanks for watching. All these bands are as good as Masturbation. Let us know your top metalcore bands. Thanks for watching.